Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Raila Odinga today officially submitted his petition challenging the declaration by Wafula Chebukati of William Samoei Arap Ruto as the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya to the Supreme Court of Kenya. Raila Odinga is listing himself and Martha Karua as the petitioners. And there are 9 respondents. The first respondent in this case is IEBC. The second respondent is Wafula Chebukati, the chairperson of IEBC. The third respondent is Boya Mulu. The fourth respondent is Professor Abdi Gulie, a commissioner. The fifth respondent is Juliana Cherera, who is the vice chairperson of IEBC. The sixth respondent is Justus Nyang'aya. The seventh respondent is Francis Wanderi. The eighth respondent is Irene Masit. And the last respondent at number 9 is William Samoei Arap Ruto. Personally, it will be interesting to see how Wafula Chebukati will separate himself from IBC and how Wafula Chebukati and his statement will go alongside those of the 4 other commissioners. The evidence which Raila Odinga submitted before the Supreme Court of Kenya today were actually transported in a lorry. So I want to believe that Raila Odinga has enough evidence. According to the program which was issued by the Supreme Court of Kenya, once the petitioners filed this petition, the respondents will have 4 days to respond. And then after responding, the 5th day will be one-day conference where the parties will agree on how the court will be heard. Then the hearing will begin. Then Kenyans should be able to know what next after the hearing. Either the courts will nullify the elections or they will uphold the election of William Samoei Arap Ruto as the president of the Republic of Kenya. Raila Odinga's petition is actually 72 pages, and I've gone through it very briefly, not fully. There are serious issues in that particular petition. But in this particular video, I want us to look at the reliefs, which are 23. Raila Odinga is seeking 23 prayers from the courts, and I want us to look at each one of them. Later on today, we are going to have a live stream, and then from tomorrow, I'll start going through the evidence which Raila Odinga submitted, and you will help me also understand the whole petition. For now, let us look at the first relief which Raila Odinga is seeking. And by the way, before we do all those, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us begin. The first relief which Raila Odinga is seeking is immediately upon the filing of the petition, the first and the second respondents do avail all the materials, including electronic documents, devices, and equipments for the presidential elections within 48 hours. Who are the first and the second respondents? That's IBC and Wafula Chebukati as the chairperson. So hopefully, Wafula Chebukati will provide those within 48 hours, or maybe they'll say that those equipment, whatever they are demanding for, whether they are documents, electronic, are not there. So let us wait and see. But he's been given 48 hours. The second relief which they are seeking is that immediately upon the filing of the petition, the first and the second respondents do produce, avail, and allow access for purposes of inspection of all the logs of any and all servers hosted by and or on behalf of the first respondent in respect of the presidential elections within 48 hours. If you go through the Azimio petition, they believe very strongly that the servers were actually hacked. So that's why they are demanding for these logs. They want to see if something was deleted or not. The third prayer they're making to the court is that an order be and is hereby made for summons to issue to the Director of Criminal Investigation to produce statements, photographs, reports, equipments, laptops, phones, and other gadgets and devices or any other materials connected and released to the conduct, connected or related to the conduct of the elections and found in possession of the 4 Venezuelans. So basically, Azimio are dragging the Venezuelans into this matter. Remember, the DCI had issues with these foreigners. They arrested them. They managed to get access to their computers. They conducted forensic audit. And this is what Azimio are demanding for. Their 4th request is that an order be and is hereby issued for summons to issue to the Director of Criminal Investigations, directing him to produce the laptops retrieved and seized from one Koech Geoffrey Kip Ngosos, agent of UDA political party, and the reports of the forensic analysis and examination of the laptop and content. If you go through the petition, Koech Geoffrey Kip Ngosos was one of the UDA agents. He was found with a laptop at the tallying center. That laptop was communicating, that laptop was put there, and it is the one which was being used to change the forms. So basically what used to happen is that forms would coordinate, forms would be submitted to the portals, but before they reach there, they'll be stored somewhere in this particular laptop, and someone was accessing that particular information, then changing it before submitting it to the IBC server. That's according to the petition. So they want that particular laptop. The thing which is worrying William Ruto and his team is that the DCI are likely to collaborate with Azimio, and they're likely to provide this evidence. Remember, in 2017, Ruto and Uhuru were fully together. IBC was a unit, and all these security agencies were against Raila Odinga. So let us wait and see the evidence which is going to be adduced from that particular laptop. The 5th demand they are making is an order be made and is hereby made for scrutiny of the rejected and spoiled votes. Remember, the rejected and spoiled votes are going to be critical in this particular election. So basically, they are going to demand for those ballot boxes to be opened. They strongly believe that majority of Raila Odinga's votes were hidden in the name of spoiled votes. So let us wait and see whether that order will be made. The 6th prayer they're making is a declaration be made and is hereby issued that the rejected and spoiled votes count towards the total votes cast and in the computation of the final tally of the presidential election. Remember, in this country, Chebukati issued the results, and there's been the question about voter turnout, spoiled votes, and all those kind of votes. So, and that's why they are demanding that rejected votes and spoiled votes should add towards the total. As long as they will add towards the total, William Ruto's tally will not hit, even using the IBC figure, will not hit the 50 plus 1% vote. And they're also saying at number 7 that an order be and is hereby made for scrutiny and forensic audit of all the returns of the presidential elections, including but not limited to Form 34A, 34B, and 34C. So they want a forensic audit. I don't know whether the ones on the portal or the physical forms, but they are going to demand for audit. Remember, and I'm informed that they've already aligned, they've already lined up even staffs of IBC who are going to testify against IBC. And at number 8, their eighth prayer is that an order be and is hereby made for scrutiny and forensic audit of all equipment system and technology used by the first respondent in the presidential elections, including but not limited to KMSKIT, the server, website, and portal. Remember, in the last petition, there were demands for the server to be opened. Those servers were never opened. Will they be opened this time around? So that if someone edited, deleted some documents, then they will be able to know whether indeed someone deleted or opened. And at number 8, they are saying, no, that's number 8. Their 9th prayer, and this is where it's now getting interesting. Here is where it's getting interesting. It says, an order be and is hereby made subsequent upon the nullification of the declaration of the result by the second respondent, directing the first respondent to tally and verify the count and declare the first and the second petitioner as duly elected president-elect and deputy president-elect respectively. Basically, Raila Odinga and Martha Karua are asking the Supreme Court to declare them president-elect and the deputy president-elect. That one after the order of the nullification. So assuming this election is going to be nullified, they are going to ask the court to declare them. And it's going to be very interesting, okay? Number 10 is also interesting. They're saying a declaration be and is hereby made in the alternative to 9 above that first respondent as presently constituted and as presently functioning is incapable of presiding over and rendering a proper, credible, verifiable, valid presidential elections, and the court do make appropriate orders to uphold the constitution and defend the sovereign will and power of the people. Alternative to 9. Basically, they are suggesting that if the courts can't declare them, then they are going for an election, a rerun. And in that rerun, Wafula Chebukati cannot preside over it. Very interesting. And their 11th prayer is that a declaration be and is hereby made that the non-compliance with the law, irregularities, and improprieties in the presidential elections was so substantial and significant and that they affected the results thereof. So basically, if you went through that petition briefly, they identified 2 counties, Bomet and Kiambu, where they pointed out some issues. I'm sure when the court will begin proper, they are going to submit other constituencies. I'm told Kisumu County, my own county, William Ruto's figures were actually added by over 10,000. In Migori, they were added by close to 30,000. So let us wait and see. So that's one thing they are going to demand, that based on all this, the results which were announced by Chebukati were null and void. And number 12, it says, a declaration be and is hereby made that all the votes affected by each and all the irregularities are invalid and should be struck off from the final tally and the computation of the presidential elections result, and the union results tallied and verified after the scrutiny and forensic audit be and are hereby considered the valid outcome of the election. So basically, Raila Odinga is demanding for a recount. And that recount will definitely means that each and every vote is going to be counted afresh, and the invalid one will be removed so that a declaration will be made. The 13th declaration is that a declaration be and is made in the alternative to 12 above that the presidential elections held on the 9th of August was not conducted in accordance with the constitution and the applicable laws, rendering the declared results invalid, null, and void. So basically, if you look at the way they are making these prayers, they're hoping that if this one fails, if the declaration of Raila Odinga fails, then a rerun is occasioned. If that's not going to happen, then this. If this is not going to happen, then they're going to look at the processes, and then the processes will declare this election null and void. And number 14, they're also saying that a declaration be and is hereby made that the 9th respondent, who is Ruto, did not meet the constitutional threshold of attaining more than half, 50% plus 1 of all the votes cast in the impugned presidential elections held on the 9th. So now they are now going for the Wafula Chebukati's results, and they are going to demonstrate that indeed, based on the figures which Wafula Chebukati himself announced, William Ruto did not hit 50 plus 1%. And they are saying at number 16 that an order is hereby issued quashing the certificate issued to the 9th respondent and Gazette notice number 9773 declaring the 9th respondent as the president-elect. So they want those results, the Gazette notice and everything quashed. At number 17, they are saying that an order be made and is hereby made directing the first respondent, who is Raila Odinga, who is IBC, to organize and conduct a fresh presidential election in strict conformity with the Constitution and Elections Act. So it means the other option they are giving, in case Raila Odinga will not be declared as the president-elect, then they want a fresh election. And it's also very interesting moving forward. I just wanted to pay attention. I wanted to end it there, but let me just proceed. Number 18, they are saying declaration B and receipt is hereby made that the decisions by the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th respondent on 15th August 2022 in rejecting the declaration of the 2nd respondent is consistent with the Constitution and be upheld. So the 5th respondent is Juliana. So actually they are talking of the the 4 commissioners. Then they are saying a declaration B and is hereby number 19, it says a declaration be and is hereby made that the decisions by the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 9th respondent jointly and severally committed election irregularities. Now, they are now tagging the other commissioners alongside Ruto as people who conspired to deliver these fake elections. And number 20, they are saying a declaration be and is hereby made that the 2nd respondent is unfit to hold public office. Wafula Chebukati is going to jail. Basically, that's what they are saying in this statement in a polite way. And number 21, they are saying a further declaration be and is hereby made that the 2nd respondent, who is Wafula Chebukati, is in breach of authority and trust assigned to his office as a state officer and has brought dishonor to the nation and indignity to the office of the chair of the first respondent, who is IBC, and undermined public confidence and integrity bestowed in his office. So basically, Wafula Chebukati, these guys are going for the neck of Wafula Chebukati, which means Wafula Chebukati will be responding to this petition in a way that is going to save his skin. And number 22, cost of the petition and the 1st, 2nd, and 9th respondents to bear cost. So they're talking of the cost. Who is going to bear the cost? They want IBC, they want Wafula Chebukati and Ruto to bear the cost of this petition. And they are saying any other and further orders that the cost may deem. So it's going to be very interesting moving forward. Now, let me just edit that video, then we meet later during the live stream. Thank you.